Operation Iron Eagle commences with the strategic objective of seizing Indianapolis, Indiana, extending our dominion and solidifying our presence in the heart of the United States. Building on our triumphs in Ohio, including the decisive capture of Cincinnati, Columbus, Dayton, Cleveland, and Toledo, we shall employ our proven strategy of blitzkrieg warfare, augmented by our superior Luftwaffe capabilities and the relentless might of our undead legions. Phase 1. Strategic Preparation. Enhanced Directive. 1. Forward base reinforcement and expansion. Infrastructure development. Commence immediate expansion of the Cincinnati forward operational base to accommodate an influx of personnel, undead legions, and the storage of advanced armaments. Construct additional barracks, armories, and vehicle maintenance facilities. Enhance fortifications around the perimeter, incorporating anti-air defenses and electronic warfare capabilities to safeguard against espionage and aerial attacks. Logistics and supply chain optimization. Establish a robust logistics network, ensuring a steady flow of ammunition, fuel, and essential supplies. Implement an advanced tracking system for real-time inventory management, enabling swift replenishment of resources to frontline units. Secure lines of communication with rear echelons and auxiliary bases to coordinate the strategic movement of supplies and reinforcements. Undead Legion readiness. Allocate specialized facilities for the maintenance and enhancement of our undead soldiers. This includes the refinement of reanimation techniques, combat efficiency optimization, and the integration of biotechnological enhancements to increase resilience and tactical functionality. Schedule rigorous combat simulations to hone their abilities, focusing on urban warfare and guerrilla tactics. Armored unit upgrades and mobilization. Direct the upgrade of our tank divisions and mechanized infantry with the latest in armor technology and weaponry. Prioritizing stealth capabilities, durability, and firepower. Conduct comprehensive maintenance checks and system upgrades, ensuring peak operational efficiency. Organize armored columns for rapid deployment, establishing a hierarchy of command within the mechanized units that emphasizes flexibility and swift adaptability to battlefield conditions. Luftwaffe preparedness. Transform Wright-Patterson AFB into a central hub for our air superiority efforts. Enhance runways, hangar capacities, and fueling stations to support an expanded fleet of fighters and bombers. Integrate advanced radar and anti-jamming technologies to maintain dominance in electronic warfare. Implement an exhaustive flight training program, emphasizing night operations, precision bombing, and support for ground forces. Deploy aerial reconnaissance drones for continuous surveillance of potential targets and enemy movements. 2. Strategic Intelligence and Reconnaissance. Cyber Operations Command. Establish a dedicated cyber warfare unit tasked with infiltrating enemy communications networks, sowing misinformation, and conducting electronic surveillance. Prioritize the development of offensive and defensive cyber capabilities, aiming to preemptively neutralize threats and secure our operational data. Human Intelligence, HUMINT network. Expand our network of spies and informants within enemy territories, focusing on gathering actionable intelligence regarding troop movements, fortifications, and logistical support lines. Train operatives in counterintelligence tactics to detect and neutralize enemy spies within our ranks. Satellite surveillance enhancement. Utilize our control over satellite assets to monitor strategic locations and movements across the theater of operations. Improve our capabilities in image analysis and signal interception, ensuring comprehensive coverage of the battlefield and beyond. 3. Psychological warfare and propaganda. Psychological Operations Unit. Form a specialized unit dedicated to undermining enemy morale and fostering dissent within their ranks. Develop targeted propaganda campaigns, utilizing radio broadcasts, leaflet drops, and digital media to highlight the futility of resistance against the Black Sun. Cultural and Linguistic Analysis Team. Assemble a team of experts to tailor psychological operations to the cultural and social fabric of our enemies. Focus on exploiting existing tensions, promoting defection among enemy forces, and cultivating a perception of inevitability regarding our victory. 4. Training and drilling enhancements. elite training programs for special forces. Initiate advanced combat training programs for our special forces units, emphasizing unconventional warfare, sabotage, and high-value target assassination. Incorporate virtual reality simulations to replicate enemy tactics and terrain, ensuring our forces can adapt and overcome any scenario. Comprehensive combat drills. Schedule large-scale combat exercises that simulate the conditions of Operation Iron Eagle, from the Blitzkrieg assault to urban warfare and siege tactics. Encourage inter-unit coordination and communication, emphasizing the seamless integration of undead legions, armored units, and Luftwaffe support in a coordinated offensive strategy. Phase 2, Blitzkrieg Onslaught. Enhanced Operational Plan. 1. Aerial Dominance Strategy. Pre-strike reconnaissance. Deploy stealth drones from Wright-Patterson AFB 24 hours prior to the main assault, gathering final intelligence on enemy anti-air defenses, troop concentrations, and command infrastructure around Indianapolis. Use this data to adjust strike plans in real time, ensuring maximum efficiency. Decapitation strikes. Initiate the campaign with precision strikes aimed at decapitating enemy leadership and command and control structures. Utilize advanced, stealth-equipped bombers to penetrate deep into enemy airspace, targeting military headquarters, communication hubs, and radar installations. Infrastructure sabotage. Following leadership targets, focus on crippling critical infrastructure, bridges, highways, power plants, and water treatment facilities to induce chaos and hamper enemy mobilization. Employ missile strikes from standoff distances to minimize exposure to enemy air defenses. Airfield and anti-air neutralization. Deploy specialized munitions to render enemy airfields inoperable and to destroy anti-aircraft batteries. This will safeguard our aerial supremacy and prevent the enemy from launching counter-air operations. Psychological warfare from the skies. Incorporate psychological operations by dropping leaflets and broadcasting messages from aircraft, undermining enemy morale and encouraging defection before the ground assault begins. 2. Undead Vanguard deployment. Nighttime insertion. Utilize the cover of darkness for deploying undead legions via low-flying transport aircraft and silent, fast-moving ground transport. Prioritize drop zones on the outskirts and key entry points of Indianapolis, ensuring a surprise element in the assault. Breaching operations. Equip undead units with specialized breaching tools and lightweight explosive devices to dismantle obstacles and fortifications swiftly. Train them in urban warfare tactics, emphasizing rapid entry, room clearing, and tunnel fighting to exploit and widen breaches in the enemy's defensive lines. Shock and awe tactics. Leverage the undead legion's immunity to fear and fatigue by engaging them in continuous, relentless attacks. This will not only wear down the physical defenses, but also impart a significant psychological impact on enemy forces, breaking their will to fight. 3. Armor and infantry advance. Mechanized Vanguard. Lead the ground assault with our most advanced armored units, utilizing their superior firepower and protection to punch through enemy defenses. Mechanized infantry will follow closely, securing breached areas and expanding the front. Pincer movement. Execute a coordinated pincer movement around Indianapolis, with armored divisions advancing from multiple directions to encircle the city rapidly. This maneuver aims to isolate the city from external reinforcements and cut off escape routes for the enemy forces. Urban combat preparations. Prepare armored and mechanized units for urban combat scenarios, including street fighting and securing urban terrain. Equip units with additional close-quarters combat weaponry, and provide training on minimizing civilian casualties and collateral damage during operations. 4. Luftwaffe supremacy maintenance. Airborne early warning and control. Deploy airborne early warning and control systems when stay aircraft to monitor the skies for enemy countermeasures continuously. Ensure dominance in electronic warfare to neutralize enemy radar and communications, maintaining the element of surprise. Dynamic close air support, ASAS, establish a rapid response CAS protocol, allowing ground forces to call in precision airstrikes with minimal delay. Utilize smart munitions to engage enemy strongholds, armor concentrations, and fortifications with pinpoint accuracy, supporting the forward momentum of ground troops. Airborne reinforcements and resupply. Implement an air bridge to provide continuous resupply and reinforcement to frontline units. Utilize transport aircraft to airdrop ammunition, medical supplies, and reinforcements directly into combat zones, ensuring uninterrupted operational tempo. Phase 3. Encirclement and Siege. Comprehensive Execution Plan. 1. Siege Tactics Enhancement. Information Warfare Center. Establish a dedicated Information Warfare Center to orchestrate a comprehensive psychological warfare campaign. This includes creating fake broadcasts, distributing doctored images and videos to demoralize the enemy and civilian populace, and hacking local broadcasting systems to disseminate propaganda that highlights the futility of resistance and the supposed collapse of external support. Civilian manipulation efforts. Initiate operations to manipulate civilian sentiment, aiming to create internal pressure on Indianapolis's defenders. This involves dropping leaflets promising safety and protection for those who surrender, and broadcasting messages that sow discord between the civilian population and military defenders, exploiting any existing tensions to our advantage. Siege perimeter control. Tighten control around the siege perimeter with a continuous presence of drone surveillance to monitor and report any movement or attempts to breach the encirclement. Establish multiple layers of defense, including minefields, razor wire, and unmanned automated gun turrets to deter any escape or relief efforts. 2. Intensifying the noose. Artillery and missile barrage. Position heavy artillery and mobile missile launchers in a ring around the city, ready to deliver sustained bombardments on enemy positions. Target enemy strongholds, communication lines, and supply depots to systematically degrade the city's ability to sustain a defense. Coordinated assault teams. Form specialized assault teams comprised of undead units and elite special forces trained for urban warfare. These teams will execute precision raids against key defensive points, creating chaos and stretching enemy resources thin. Employ tunneling equipment to infiltrate beneath enemy lines when possible, emerging behind or within enemy positions to conduct surprise attacks. Infrastructure disruption. Use targeted airstrikes and sabotage teams to disrupt the city's remaining infrastructure, focusing on water, power, and transportation networks. The aim is to further strain the defenders' resources and morale, compelling them to capitulate or face total collapse. 3. Executing the final assault. Undead Legion Surge. Unleash the full might of the undead legions under the cover of night, sending waves of relentless attackers against the weakest points in the city's defenses identified during the siege. Equip these units with breaching tools and incendiary devices to create breaches for follow-on forces. Multi-directional ground assault. Initiate a synchronized ground assault from all sides of the encirclement, concentrating on areas previously softened by artillery and undead attacks. Deploy armored spearheads to break through any remaining strongholds, supported by mechanized infantry to secure breached sectors. Special Forces and Rapid Deployment Units. Insert Special Forces and Rapid Deployment Units via helicopter and fast-moving vehicles to seize control of strategic locations within the city, including government buildings, communication centers, and transportation hubs. These units will use precision and speed to destabilize any organized resistance swiftly. Air support and suppression. Continue close air support operations to protect advancing ground troops and target any emerging threats. Use gunships and attack drones to provide continuous fire support, particularly in urban areas where the risk of ambush and fortified positions is higher. 4. Post-assault consolidation. Rapid securing of key facilities. Immediately after breaking the enemy's will, secure and hold critical infrastructure, including utilities, hospitals, and media centers, to begin the process of establishing control and normalization under the Black Sun's governance. Humanitarian operations and propaganda. Initiate well-publicized humanitarian operations to aid the civilian population, showcasing the benevolence of the Black Sun's rule. This will be coupled with a heavy propaganda campaign to reinforce the narrative of liberation and the inevitability of a new order. This detailed escalation of Phase 3 feats encirclement and siege operations ensures the systematic degradation of Indianapolis's defensive capabilities, leading to a meticulously coordinated final assault. By employing a blend of psychological warfare, precision strikes, and the overwhelming force of our undead legions and elite units, we will secure Indianapolis, marking a significant victory for the Black Sun and a testament to our strategic and operational superiority. Phase 4, Consolidation and Expansion, Detailed Implementation Plan. 1. Immediate control and governance, provisional government setup. Install a military governance structure under the Black Sun Authority, appointing a trusted high commander as the provisional governor. This administration will oversee the transition to our rule, coordinating closely with military and intelligence units to ensure compliance and order. Civil administration reconstitution. Identify and co-opt local officials and bureaucrats who can be aligned with our objectives, utilizing their knowledge of the city's administrative mechanisms to smooth the transition. Those unwilling to cooperate will be replaced by loyal officers from within our ranks or sympathetic civilians. Essential services restoration. Prioritize the restoration of critical infrastructure, power, water, healthcare, and communication networks, leveraging both local workforce and our engineering corps. This effort will be dual-purposed, serving both to win hearts and minds and to ensure operational functionality for our military presence. Law and order. Establish a comprehensive security apparatus, incorporating military police, undead patrols, and surveillance drones to maintain order and deter resistance. Implement a curfew in the initial phase, gradually relaxing restrictions as stability is assured. 2. Propaganda and indoctrination efforts, media control and messaging. Seize control of local media outlets and telecommunications to disseminate our propaganda. Launch a multi-platform campaign that includes traditional media, social media, and public billboards to highlight the benefits of the Black Sun's rule and the consequences of opposition. Re-education centers. Establish re-education centers aimed at realigning the ideological perspectives of the local population, with a special focus on the youth and military-age males. These centers will offer programs that blend vocational training with ideological education, promoting loyalty and utility within our new order. Cultural integration. Sponsor cultural events, parades, and public gatherings that celebrate the unification under the Black Sun, carefully crafting a narrative of prosperity, security, and strength. Use these events to subtly reinforce our ideological tenets and the benevolence of our rule. 3. Strategic fortification and security measures, defensive infrastructure. Construct layered defensive positions around Indianapolis, including bunkers, tank traps, and fortified checkpoints at key ingress and egress points. Utilize the undead as a mobile reserve force, capable of rapid deployment to any threatened sector. Surveillance and intelligence network. Deploy an extensive network of surveillance cameras, listening posts, and informant networks throughout the city and surrounding areas. This network will be supported by AI-driven analysis to predict and preempt any insurgent activities or external threats. Anti-air and missile defenses. Install advanced anti-aircraft and missile defense systems to protect against aerial threats, ensuring our hold on the city remains unchallenged. This will include mobile units that can be redeployed as threats evolve. 4. Expansion and future operations planning. Regional command centers. Establish a network of regional command centers from Indianapolis, extending our operational reach into neighboring states. These centers will coordinate further expansions, acting as logistical and command hubs for advancing forces. Blitzkrieg doctrine refinement. Analyze the successes and shortcomings of Operation Iron Eagle to refine our Blitzkrieg tactics. Incorporate lessons learned into training programs for our forces, ensuring even greater efficiency in future operations. Technological and undead force enhancement. Continue the development of our undead soldiers and advanced weaponry, focusing on innovations that increase their effectiveness in various combat scenarios. Invest in research and development projects that promise to extend our military and strategic advantages. diplomatic and covert efforts, utilize our intelligence apparatus to sow discord within and between potential target states, preparing the ground for future expansions, engage in covert operations to destabilize regional powers or potential coalitions that could oppose our advance, ensuring that when we move, we face minimal organized resistance. Soldiers, officers, and architects of our new world. As we stand amidst the echoes of our triumph, it is imperative that we reflect upon the magnitude of what we have achieved through Operation Iron Eagle. Our victory is not merely a testament to our military prowess or the indomitable spirit of our undead legions. It is a declaration of the dawn of a new era, under the auspices of the Black Sun. We ventured forth with a vision of dominion, a world reshaped in the image of our unwavering ideology. Indianapolis, once a bastion of resistance, now stands as a beacon of our resolve, a monument to our superiority. Through meticulous planning, relentless assault, and the unwavering conviction of our cause, we have demonstrated that no fortress is impregnable, no adversary insurmountable. Let us not forget the sacrifices made for this moment to be realized. The streets of Indianapolis bear the scars of our conflict, a solemn reminder of the price of progress. Yet, in this crucible of conquest, we have forged a future unbound by the fetters of past limitations. Our enemies, those who doubted us and stood against us, now bear witness to the inevitable ascension of the Black Sun. But let this victory not be the apex of our ambition, but a foundation upon which we shall build an empire that spans the continents. Indianapolis marks but the first step in our grand design, a design that will see our dominion extend its reach, enveloping the world in the unyielding shadow of our will. As we consolidate our gains and fortify our new stronghold, let us also look to the horizon, where new battles await. Our strategy, our might, and the inexorable force of our undead warriors will carry us forward. We will expand, we will dominate, and we will transcend any obstacle that dares to stand in our way. To the soldiers of the Black Sun, I say this: your valor has been the hammer that shattered the chains of our confinement. Your sacrifices have sown the seeds of our ultimate victory, and it is together, under the banner of the Black Sun, that we will usher in an age of order, control, and unparalleled power. Operation Iron Eagle is but the first of many dominoes to fall. The world will watch, either in awe or in fear, as we march inexorably towards our destiny. This is our time, our era. The sun has set on the old world, and in the darkness, our Black Sun rises. Forward to glory and dominion.